time, just won't work you out.
All right, welcome back. We're having a lot of fun here in the studio. Before the break, of course, we're talking about politics, basically, and all of the things that's been happening with the federal government and the Chibok girls and the Edo State elections and all of that. We're going to shift gears now slightly to talking politics and, of course, Mr. President. So a campaign that launched during the week, coming to you, Nanifemi, change begins with you. I believe that's what it is. And Mr. President has launched this campaign. People have called it the softer version of War Against Indiscipline, where we are supposed to be different and act different, and if we follow that path, maybe Nigeria will be a better place. Mr. President has talked about all the things that we need to change, corrupt ways, and every Nigerian has a part to play. I mean, it sounds like a valid thing to say, isn't it?
That's right. Well, there's nothing wrong in the campaign. I think the challenge is with the timing. One would have thought that this administration should have begun with this kind of campaign. Change begins. It looks like this is an approach to, soften on the fact that there are loud cries now that this administration isn't working and hasn't delivered all of the promises that it came with. It came a week after the supposed ban on the campaign by BBOG. No doubt Nigerians know that change begins with them. Of course, now that you know that if you're a salary earner, your income cannot take care of your expenses, so you have to change. It's perhaps you're cutting down on your expenditure, or then you're thinking of getting another job or starting another kind of business. Everybody knows that you have to be involved and certain things have to change. But then we need to look beyond that. Government at this time hasn't done well in providing those fundamental requirements, which is, of course, they're doing a bit well in security, but then in the welfare of the Nigerian citizenry, it's not a good time to say change begins with Nigerians. Nigerians want to see the change coming from government. Questions like, what are you doing to the economic recession? Questions like, what's happening with food production? Nigerians need to hear more about the alternatives and, of course, the palliatives that the government is ready to give to its citizens at this time.
Yeah, Deji, I want to believe you agree with the fact that we all need to change our ways, don't we?
Nigerians have changed, truly, Ebuka. And you agree with me that, before now, Nigerians that used to buy rice for 7,500 naira now buy it for 22,000 naira. So how will you now say Nigerians have not changed? Oh, you agree, 16,000.
Inflation on
in APC's market,
someone telling right here you now.
Okay. Well, in the market that I go to in Wuse, the market I go to in Wuse to rice is 22,500 naira. So how can the president say Nigerians need to change further again? Yes, we agree that change must surely begin with the president. The president is a leader of everybody, is the father of everybody. So even if truly change begins with us, the president needs to change first. If the president has ear problem and he goes to London to go and have his ear, just because he has ear infection, the president goes to London. The president now tells me that change begins with me. Is that not laughable? If the president's children, school abroad and they receive Forex at 198 naira, and I have to...
How do you know they receive Forex at 198 naira?
An aide to the president, Garba Shehu, told us on social media, Ebuka, you saw it. He said he got money for his nephew, his niece, at 193 naira. And I have to buy dollar at 430 something naira. I bought pounds the other day for 526. Ebuka, in this country, where I used to buy pounds for about 300 naira. And the president will tell me that change begins with me. Change obviously needs to begin with the president. A Punch report has said the president has recently spent 5 billion naira to service the presidential fleet. Shouldn't change begin with the president? Shouldn't change begin with his ministers?
Well, they have said, at least the same special advisor to Mr. President, Garba Shehu, has said that they are working on selling off and leaving, I think, just 2 or 3 planes in the fleet. So at least there's a move with regards to the presidential effort, is what I'm saying.
Ebuka,
to cut it down.
Ebuka,
because they didn't buy any planes.
You see what the change begins with me has confirmed to every Nigerian is that the president has admitted that he has failed. Because when the president was coming, they made promises and promises and promises. You see, what we should have been saying by now is the president promised 3 million jobs every year. What we should have been saying now is that, the president has not been able to deliver 3 million jobs. He has been able to deliver 1 million jobs. So definitely the change will have begun with Nigerians, because if the president has created 1 million jobs And you know what the National Bureau of Statistics has said? Nigerians have lost 4-point-something million jobs instead of the president creating the jobs. So when the president says change begins with us, does the president want us to create the jobs? The jobs that he promised to create. So we are confused. We don't know which of the change the president wants us to effect.
Well, we have to go now, unfortunately. I never have enough time on this show to talk about Nigeria, but thank you, DG. Thank you very much, Ifeanyi, for being here today.
Thank you.
The campaign has been launched, so I guess we just all have to keep doing our part.
It's important that we also start preferring solutions.
Yes,
it's obvious that things
are part from Mr. President, of course, to every single one of us to make sure that Nigeria does change for the better. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Like I always say, you can follow the conversation on Twitter at YNigerTV is the handle. The hashtag to follow is Rubbin. You can also visit the website YNiger.tv. Remember, you've never seen young people talk like this before. I'll see you next time.
Come on, come on, come on.